Lucian Benway is a boxer and a bit of a philosopher.
The cool part about boxing is that once you learn that presence of mind, that translates to every other part of your life.
Benway grew up playing sports. As he got older, he'd meet his dad at the gym to exercise. One day, as his dad was finishing a workout, Benway explored the gym and ran smack dab into his destiny.
I think I was 20 years old. There was a room and there was a ring and there was some heavy bags, a couple of speed bags, a double end bag. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll try hitting the heavy bag, just kind of mess around. Luckily for me, there was a coach in there and he asked me if I wanted to do some work. And so I put the gloves on, we did some work on the mitts. I didn't realize that there was something that I could know nothing about that had to do with my body like that. And so I instantly fell in love and I haven't stopped boxing since.
Within a few years, Benway was boxing competitively. He was named the Golden Gloves Northern New England champion in 2008. He finished his amateur career with a record of 12-3. Benway is no longer a competitive boxer, but he's still in the gym. At Ethos Athletics in South Burlington, he's the general manager, a group fitness teacher, and a personal trainer.
So they work with each other.
His ability to teach even the most rank amateurs, like this newbie boxing in business casual and socks,
That was better, yeah.
speaks to what Benway's learned from what's been called the sweet science.
Yes, there it is. There we go. There we go. I think the average person sees two people just coming together and trying to take each other's heads off. What they don't see is the chess match that happens behind that, right? There's a lot of things that happen. In boxing, we've been teaching people to be present for ages because you don't really have another choice, right? Because if you're not present, well then, it's not a good situation for you, right? So it's a very deeper science when it comes to like what actually happens in the ring. But then you have everything that happens outside of the ring. And I think that that's, for me, that's what got me, is that there's so much more that happens when you're just training for both physical and mental benefits.
All that said, even the most present puncher is going to get hit hard.
When I train fighters, we work a lot with defense before we actually get into sparring to make sure that we're as safe as possible. It depends on where you're getting hit, how you're getting hit, whether it's a clean shot, am I rolling with the shot, or am I just didn't see it at all? If you hit me in the gut and give me a gut check and it looks like I'm gonna puke, well, it gives you more of a reason to come in and try to finish me versus like if you gut check me and I'm really good at hiding it, maybe you won't come in and take my head off, and that's a good thing for me.
When he's not training boxers, Benway works with cancer survivors through Steps to Wellness, a group exercise program based at the UVM Cancer Center.
Has this program improved your physical abilities, such as...
He also works with Vermont seniors in the Enhanced Fitness Program, an effort sponsored by the UVM Medical Center. Young or old, Benway brings his boxer's brain, what he calls presence in the ring, to every aspect of his work.
Most people don't injure themselves training. They don't injure themselves on the heavy bag. They injure themselves when they go home and they bend over to tie their boot or their shoe and they bent incorrectly and so they slipped a disc because they're not present in the moment. Every time you box, like whether it's with another person or you're on the heavy bag or you're shadow boxing or you're training on whatever specific piece it is, you'll learn something more about yourself. The way we bring boxing to people is, hey, this is going to make you stronger, this is going to make you faster, this is going to put you in a better aerobic state, and we're going to increase your cardiovascular conditioning and make your heart a little bit stronger.
Faster, stronger, and smarter too.
In my opinion, there is no better way to train your entire body other than boxing, and which is why that's why we do it here, right? And we do it without hitting people, but because it checks off so many of the boxes. You get your legs, your hips, your torso, your shoulders, your back, like everything works, but you also have to have mental clarity, and there's a lot to work on, technique and focus. And so you get the best of both worlds. Boxing is for everybody, and that's why I love it so much. Yeah.
The benefit to a sport, as bruising as boxing, is that it gives you a fighting chance against, perhaps, your toughest opponent. You. In South Burlington, I'm Keith Silva with Across the Fence.